out where they say, let us be gay. I'm going Hollywood. I'll ballyhoo greetings to you. I'm going Hollywood. Say, while you sleepy heads are in that haze, I'll be dancing. I'm going to be dancing with the sun-kissed baby, and I'm on my way. Here's my beret. I'm going Hollywood.
Hi, I'm David Duncan, and welcome to Bing Crosby, The Hollywood Years. Well, in late 1936, after completing the film Pennies from Heaven, Bing and his wife Dixie took a holiday to Hawaii. Enchanted by the island paradise, he picked up a great new song composed by local band leader Harry Owen that he thought would be perfect for his new upcoming film, Waikiki Wedding. Co-starring Shirley Ross, along with both Bob Burns and Martha Raye, who'd proved such a success in Rhythm on the Range, Waikiki Wedding was a huge hit with audiences when released in 1937, and it started a real Hawaiian trend in the US with music and other Hawaiian-inspired films. Bing plays an easygoing publicist for a local pineapple company who dreams up a competition for a girl to be crowned Miss Pineapple Princess and win a holiday to Hawaii. The only trouble is, the winner, played by Shirley Ross, is disappointed in the whole affair and just wants to go home.
Do you think this is the way that a contest winner should behave?
Yes, Miss Smith. Exactly what do you want?
Well, I want to go home.
So it's up to Bing to give her the adventure she was promised, even if it means inventing a fake kidnap plot to return a valuable pearl.
That's the granddaddy of all black pearls.
I think you better tell us exactly how you got this.
Hey, Kimo, now what is this?
Pearl must go back.
Aloha.
Martha Raye and Bob Burns light up the screen again in a variety of comic situations.
Well, why don't you do something about it?
Well, shucks, them boys won't give us no trouble if we let them have their own way. They ain't cannibals. Besides, if they was, you'd be safe.
Why, sure,
And after some dreamy Hawaiian songs, Bing and Shirley Ross's characters fall in love.
Sweet is the word for you, for all that you have done for me. The one for me is you.
Once again, though, it's the songs that hit the high mark in this film. Songwriters Ralph Ranger and Leo Robin composed most of the score that included In a Little Hula Heaven, Sweet is the Word for You, and Blue Hawaii.
Go on, sing.
Night and you and blue Hawaii. The night is heavenly, and you are heaven to me.
But it was the Harry Owens song Sweet Leilani that was the big hit. However, it almost wasn't included. Harry Owens knew Bing since their first meeting back in 1926, but when Bing travelled to Hawaii, it had been 10 years since they'd seen each other. However, they quickly reacquainted themselves. Harry was the band leader at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel and had written a song for his daughter called Flower of Heaven. Now, Bing liked it so much that he convinced Harry to let him use it in Waikiki Wedding. However, when he got back to Los Angeles, the producer of the film, Arthur Hornblower Jr., wouldn't allow the song to be included. Well, Bing kept pushing for the song that had now been retitled Sweet Leilani, but the producers stood firm. So, in the end, Bing said, "Well, when you change your mind, you can find me at the golf course." Well, 2 days went by before the producer finally caved in and the song was included.
Sweet Leilani, heavenly flower, tropic skies are jealous as they shine. are. Sweet I think they're jealous of your blue eyes. Jealous because you're mine.
Now, it really was the best decision, as it ended up winning the Oscar for Best Song of 1937, and the recording topped the sales charts for 6 months and made Harry Owens a lot of money that went into a trust fund to go to his daughter Leilani for her upbringing and education that had all been set up by Bing.
You are my paradise completed. My lovely Leilani. You are my dream.
You see there, one lullaby for me, and the child tosses fitfully for hours.
Waikiki Wedding also featured a young Anthony Quinn in one of his first films. In fact, in one scene, he and Bing had to pretend to have a fight, but then suddenly they had to make it look real, so in character they had to hit each other. Well, Quinn was really nervous about actually hitting Bing, but in the end he staged it well. However, when Bing threw his punch, Quinn forgot to move with it and got the full force of the blow. When the shot was finished though, Bing quickly apologised and they became good friends, with Quinn appearing in a number of other films with Bing over the coming years.
Days would be lazy and sweetly crazy till skies grew hazy above. Then we'd be all alone
Waikiki Wedding is a fun picture, combining good songs, story and characters to keep it moving over its 90-minute duration. Martha Ray was held over for Bing's next film of 1937, Double or Nothing, that saw him teamed up again with the lovely Mary Carlisle, who'd starred opposite him in College Humor back in 1933. Double or Nothing has an interesting, if lightweight, plot. It involves a millionaire who leaves instructions in his will to randomly drop 25 wallets containing $100 around the city as bait for honest people.
Smarty, though I'm not quite as smart as you, I could teach you a thing or two. Smarty, Smarty, don't you know you should hold me tight? Can't you tell when you've met the right party?
Now, the four honest individuals who return the wallets are played by Martha Ray, Andy Devine, William Frawley and Bing. The next challenge is for each of them to receive $5,000, and the first one to double their money by honest business enterprise wins the inheritance. Now, the family members of the millionaire plan to undermine things so they can inherit the fortune themselves, and Mary Carlisle's character latches onto Bing.
The music is playing a song that invites romance, but all you want to do is dance, while others are swaying. At least there's a word or a glance, but all you want to do is dance.
Letting his heart rule his head, Bing signs a dodgy lease on a premises so he can open a nightclub, but he realises just before it's too late and is able to make alternate plans, and in the end opens his nightclub on time, doubles his money and wins the inheritance along with the heart of Mary Carlisle.
Then old Pops, in despair, waves his arms, tears his hair, stamps his feet and acts like mad. Then you know that he's got it real bad. Then the girl ought to fall. She's got a heart at all. She should hold real still so he can kiss her too. Just the natural thing to do.
Again, there are some really good songs to sing along the way, but this time there's a collection of songwriters to contribute to the score, and they included Arthur Johnston and Johnny Burke, Ralph Freed and Burton Lane, along with Sam Coslow, who wrote a specialty number for Martha Ray.
It's all, and anyone can see you haven't got a thing on me. After you.
Out of the darkness, you suddenly appeared. You smiled, I was taken by surprise. I guess I should have seen right through you, but the moon got in my eye.
Now, it was on this film that Mary Carlisle taught Bing the game of backgammon, and before too long they were spending every spare minute between takes playing the game, with Bing losing, of course. There was big money at stake too, with the final game being played for more than $1,000. Well, Bing lost and told Mary he'd send her a cheque, which never arrived, but it did lead to Mary being signed to Bing's next picture. The film got good reviews and, should I say, doubled its money? Well, Mary Carlisle told Bing she knew why she was cast in his next film. It was so he could win back his money at backgammon. And it's there that we'll pick up next time in Bing Crosby, The Hollywood Years. I'm David Duncan. I'll see you then.
You know the saying, all who love are blind. Seems that ancient adage still applies. I guess I should have seen right through you, but the moon got in my eye.